As we told you, plenty of news in the first half of this bulletin. We want to start with an alert that's been sent to all airports across southern India. We're hearing that the Bureau of Civil Aviation has said that there may be potential car bomb attacks targeting airports in the south of the country. That letter has been sent out to all airports, warning them to check every single vehicle entering airport premises. Rohini Swami joins us from Bangalore for more on the story. Rohini, what can you tell us?
What we know as of now is that the letter that was dated May 2nd has been issued to all the southern airports, warning them that there could possibly be another terror attack, but in the airports, and this could be with the help of cars which is used as car bombs. Another thing that we also know as of now is that strict instructions and an advisory has been issued to all the security personnel in the airport on frisking of passengers. Suspected passengers need to be frisked all over again is what the instructions are. Secondly, the CISF also is on guard, and the anti-sabotage team also should be on guard at the airport. Another important thing that they also have mentioned is the fact that all vehicles entering the terminal building or around the cargo area need to be thoroughly checked. This be it cars, it be private vehicles, or even buses which enter the airport. This is across all southern airports, and this is in view of the Chennai twin blasts that have taken place. The BCAS has made it very clear that they have to put all the southern airports on alert, and also people need to be checked, as well as any kind of untoward incident should be avoided. And people in terms of, even if they find anything in terms of unattended baggage or even people with screening the baggage, right from the beginning there are 2 or 3 levels of checking that usually takes place in the airport. This will be also be done all over again. A thorough check would be done with all passengers and all vehicles entering the airport.
All right, Romi, this of course, as you said, follows the blast in Chennai at the railway station. Do we have any word on whether this perhaps comes also from the arrest of that ISI agent just a day before the blast? Is it linked to the plots that he was allegedly conspiring in?
Absolutely. We've been saying this from the day when we have got information from our intelligence sources that said that possibly the attack on especially on the train attack in Chennai, the twin blast, could have been a retaliation to the arrest of the ISI agent a few days prior to the Chennai twin blast. And possibly this also could be a precursor to many such kind of incidents that could possibly take place, because we have seen how the terror modules, they do work in this way. First, they do blast a certain area, bring about terror in a certain place, and then they would go ahead and then place bombs in other places. But this is something that people, the police, the intelligence, and the people are trying to avoid. First thing is that they have tried as much as possible to see that security cover is put across all places. As soon as the Chennai twin blast took place, the first thing was an alert was issued to all airports, to all railway stations, to all bus stations. People have been also warned, and we have seen that when we've been meeting people, that the police have been firstly going and telling people to be careful, not to look at unattended articles, to check with people who they are with, and also be careful when they're traveling. So that kind of instructions have been issued. But this is also very important, as we see that the BCAS is very clear here, saying the possible security threat of a car bomb could also be where the South Indian airports could be a target, and that is why this is very important that everybody remains on alert. Also, another point is that, especially in Bangalore, as I speak right now, that there is been a hike in the toll fee towards the Bangalore airport. A lot of vehicles are getting congested, and that is why it's becoming difficult for the security personnel to check every vehicle. And that is why also in the Bangalore airport, the CISF personnel have been told that they should be very careful in checking every person and every vehicle.
Thank you very much for that update, Rohini Swami. I understand Maha Siddiqui joins us from our newsroom right now. Maha, you have the letter that the BCA has sent out to those airports. What's in it?
Pierre, let me first show you the copy of the letter. This has been issued by headquarters BCAS, and it clearly points out some of the points that Rohini has already mentioned, but let me quickly run you through some of the important ones here. That there is going to be a stringent secondary screening of passengers before boarding, which means that if the authorities at the southern airports believe that some passenger is suspicious, then they have the right to screen the person once again. So secondary screening of passengers by CISF. Apart from that, the other important point that I can mention over here, it is the 7th point in the alert. It says intensive checking of vehicles entering car parks to rule out any possibility of a car bomb attack, and that is the main point that was being pointed out by Rohini Swami as well over there, saying that the threat this time is perhaps a car bomb that can be used to attack a southern airport. Apart from that, it also says that there'll be enhanced screening and protection of hold baggage. That is point number 9 over here. And point number 10 is also important. It says that it will monitor all flights from airports, airfields, especially around the controlled areas. Here you have it. Point number 9 and 10 important. And point number 7, as I was pointing out, Pierre, also extremely important, saying that any suspicious passenger can be checked more than once.
All right, so some major alerts that have been sent out, as you noted there, Maha, to airports across South India. But I want to come back to some of the security points that you mentioned, particularly the secondary screening of passengers and also flights from certain airports that have been put on alert. Any details that we can give viewers on that?
Well, it just says, Pierre, point number 7, as I was pointing out, says that there has to be a secondary screening of passengers before boarding. So which means that there will be, of course, there's a mandatory screening. After that, if there is any suspicious character, that person can be scrutinized more than once. All the baggage is going to be checked twice, is what we understand. And monitoring of flights is a general point that has been mentioned as point number 10 over here, Pierre. It says that all flights from airports, airfields, especially around controlled airfields, are going to be carefully monitored. So there are no specific flights as such mentioned, but all South India airports have been asked to be on high alert. And this is an alert that has obviously been issued after the twin blast that we saw on the Chennai station on platform number 9, where one person died. In fact, this message has been sent. It's an alert that has been sent by headquarters BCAS. Pierre.
All right, I want to go back to Rohini, who got this story with us. Rohini, what more can you tell us about the kind of intelligence or information that might have come in to prompt this alert?
Well, what we know as of now is after this letter has been issued, the security has been strengthened all across all airports. I can also tell you specifically of Bangalore Airport, where I stand right now, that the multi-layered screening has already started. The CISF is already on its job, and additional protection also has been provided by the airport. Like Maha also was just very clearly indicating from the letter that secondary screening of passengers that also has started, and also additional screening just before boarding the flight also is taking place. Let me also tell you that as soon as this letter has been issued, it is all the agencies, be it the intelligence, the police, the CISF, and all of the agencies who are involved in security have been pushed to see to that nothing untoward happens in any of the airports. And let me also tell you that I've been also told it's not just the South Indian airports that have been put on alert. This letter is specified because in view of the Chennai twin blast, but also airports all across the country. India has almost around 125 airports, and airports all across the country also have been put on alert.
All right, Rohini Swami, Maha Siddiqui, many thanks for that story over there. Breaking news coming in, as our reporters have been telling you, at airports across South India in particular have been put on high alert after intelligence notifications of a possible bomb attack.